Next, what we're going to do is upgrade our Drupal site to the latest version and also our module. Now, before we perform an update, it's the best practice to back up our entire site and our database, and we can do that with a Drush command that we looked at before called archive dump. So let's jump to the command line here, and the command we're going to use is drush ard, which is the alias for archive dump, and we're going to pass it a parameter here to specify where we want this backup to reside and what we want to name it. So it's the destination parameter, and we're just saying that we want to put it one step up in the file structure, and we're going to call it backup before update.tar.gz. I'm going to hit enter. Okay, it says archive saved, and if we jump to our directory and we move up one level, we'll see our backup before update.tar.gz here. Okay, I'm going to jump back to the command line. Now let's perform our update. Now remember all of the steps that we had to go through before in order to perform our update. We did the backup, we either ran a patch file or downloaded the latest version of Drupal and untarred it over the current files. Then we ran the database update script, and all of that was just for Drupal core. But we can update Drupal core and all of the modules and themes by simply using this command, drush up. I'm going to hit enter. Now it gives us a list of what's going to happen when we run this update before we actually run it, which is very helpful. So it says update status information on all installed and enabled Drupal projects. And these are the column titles. This is the name of the project. This is the version that's currently installed, the version that it will get updated to, and the status. So we're going to update Drupal, which is core Drupal, from 7.6 to 7.8. And we're going to take the redirect module from beta 2 up to beta 3. There's some additional information here about what's going to happen. And it says that if you've made any modifications to any files that belongs to one of these projects, that you'll have to reapply those modifications after you update. Now this is similar to the second process that we use to update Drupal core and to update the modules. What this will do is roll out the changes as new files to those directories, but it will retain any files that we've added since we installed the module. So for example, if we have a patches folder, that patches folder will remain after this process, but we'll need to reapply those patches if they're still pertinent to the updated module or Drupal core. I'm going to go ahead and hit Y to confirm and hit enter. And we get one more warning that says that there are core updates that will get made, and that if we made any changes to some of the most commonly modified files, the htaccess or robot text file, we need to make backups of those. And it says we probably shouldn't push this to production without testing. Yes, we want to continue, so I'll hit Y. So a couple things happened here. First of all, a backup was made. Now we made a manual backup before, but an automatic backup was also made, which was nice. Then it downloaded the Drupal project and the redirect project and copied them over to where they currently are in the file system. And then it performed any database updates that need to be made. You see those listed here. And so a huge amount of work just happened where there would normally be many points of failure. But because this is all automated, there's quite a few steps that we didn't have to take and a lot less possibility of something going wrong. Plus, it was a whole lot faster. Now, if we want to make sure that we're totally up to date, we can go ahead and do a drush up, and it'll give us some status information and tell us that there are no code updates available.